It's Easter Monday, and it's windy and sunny. Yesterday, Easter Sunday, it was cloudy and dreary for most of the day and very windy and pretty chilly because of the wind and the clouds and the rain. I don't know what the wind chill was, but it was air temp was probably low 50s, maybe even high 40s, but it felt colder than that. But now today on Easter Monday, it's sunny and breezy, and spring is coming back again. So we're in that changing period of the year, and Easter Monday, in my opinion, it's got all the hope and message that Easter Sunday has. And I was just reading that at least in some religions, it's seen as Christ's first day, or I guess Easter Monday was the resurrection, but on Monday, marks a period of 40 years that Christ returned to earth, at least in some religious churches. That's the way it's viewed. And he was in a body that wasn't recognized as Jesus as he was before the crucifixion. But the message is resurrection and rebirth, and starting over again, and not giving up in our day-to-day sense, and in a spiritual sense, the fact that we're working to live a better life every day of our life, and that in some form or fashion there's eternal life. And there's so many different ways and different philosophies and beliefs to look at that. I think it's better for a person to just contemplate on that as time goes along, and to develop that personal relationship with God and your spiritual beliefs on your own. It's just the best way. There's not a whole lot of value in telling somebody specifically what it is, because no human being is smart enough to understand that for another person. It's an internal thing. But the religion and the philosophy and the message and the symbolism and everything else that goes along with Christ's message and Christ's story is there to inspire us and to teach us. And you're smart, and you're a smart child, and you'll be a smart young lady, and you'll have your own perspective on that as you grow up. But this is such a beautiful day, and it really, I think, has a great message of Easter. In the springtime, they see all these seasons. There was a holiday even before Christianity, the changing of each one of these seasons. And the holiday that starts Easter is marked by the first Sunday after the first full moon after the spring equinox. And that was celebrated before Christianity, because it's this rebirth and this rejuvenation, and you can feel it. You see it in nature, and you see the flowers starting to blossom, and the birds starting to sing, and then birds migrating in, and the little bugs and insects and everything starting to pop out, and the reptiles starting to move around. And it's this rebirth, this re-beginning that we get to experience every year, and every season has it. And the spring and the fall are particularly strong emotional seasons for change, and then the middle of summer and the middle of winter are particularly they're sort of like we need a period to kind of reflect deeply on the situation of that period of time. It's kind of like the spring and the fall are the periods that inspire reflection on change, and it seems like the depths of winter and the heat of summer are periods of time that sort of inspire more of a reflection on this, I guess, on the looking for the right word, but more of the fact of more of the not so much the change, but so much of the surviving the situation, or the celebrating the situation, or the moment that we are in is sort of perpetual. This kind of, there's a period that we feel things are perpetual, and they sort of, you know, you're looking forward to something, you're working through something. If you're, you know, especially somebody who lived in less modern times, where you can't just change your environment with an air conditioner or a heater, or walk into a warm, cozy door and put on a nice, cozy jacket or whatever. You know, I think those things are all built into those holidays. And in the winter, people got isolated, and so, you know, during the holidays that we celebrate today, they were also in the past, and they knew there was a time that they needed to try and force themselves to socialize. And if you still go to some of these towns that are in the far north, like in Alaska or Scandinavia, you can still see that they need to like force themselves to go out and do kind of these crazy like socializations and holidays and events in order to just keep themselves from going crazy in the darkness. I mean, and you know, and so this combination of our spirit and our physical world and all of that kind of stuff. And then in the heat of the summer, people have these festivals like the watermelon festivals or whatever other festivals towns have. It's blazing hot, and people need to go out, and they get out there in the sun, and they enjoy it, and they, you know, celebrate with nice cold drinks and fruits and things and whatever, you know, that are out there. And it's just the relief and socialization, but then there's the underlying messages, and Christianity built on top of all of that with the Christian message. At each one of those seasons, there's a beautiful Christian message, but particularly from Christmas through Easter, and the rebirth of Christ and of ourselves. That's all very special. So, you know, it's a beautiful existence to just open your eyes and to see something like this, you know, in nature. I love you.